Can I clone the stand? All right, whatever. I should tell a joke. I've been stuck in my house like this guy turned his burger tiny.
My name is Allison, and I'm here with Andrew Wegleitner and Rebecca Wilson in the REM 5 Virtual Reality Lab, talking about REM 5's truly virtual comedy show. How does this work?
Well, it is a virtual reality comedy show. So at the REM 5 studios in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, the comedians come and they put on virtual reality equipment, and the audience members watch from home on their laptops or phones or device or whatever, and we're able to interact as though we were actually all there together in real space.
Do you hear the people laughing?
Oh, we hear them laughing. We encourage at the top of the show to turn on your microphones. And also another element is the closer the avatars get to the stage, the better they can hear us. Too. So it's also an incentive to come on, get close. There's no hiding out in the back of the virtual reality comedy club. It's okay. It's safe.
Everybody's in the front row.
Yeah. So the way it works is that the comedians are at the REM 5 facility using their VR equipment, and the audience members watch from home on their computers or phones or whatever. If they do have their own personal VR equipment at home, they can also join the show using their VR headset and hand controls. And the advantage of watching the show that way is when you have hand controls, you can pick up different objects and stuff like that. You can move around, and it's a 360 degree environment as opposed to just looking at a flat computer screen.
Here's the important question. Could people potentially throw virtual reality tomatoes at you?
Absolutely. They can throw tomatoes, they can throw hamburgers, cats, unicorns, whatever they want. It's really fun, and we did have a comic who adapted to the technology really quick, and he started replicating hamburgers on stage and just handing them out. Halfway through, he's like, "Oh, I need to do a set now," because he was having so much fun, and the audience was having so much fun. So
and then we also had a woman, Karen Pickering, was closing the show, and she was not quite as adept at the technology and couldn't figure out how to stop from teleporting herself all over the space. So she was doing her set while zooming all over the room, going, "Wait, what am I? Oh no, I did it again." Oh.
Where am I?
So sometimes
teleportation will really mess you up.
Going through walls and being like, "Okay, where are the people?" And we're like, "Karen, come back." So let's just say that was probably the most any audience has ever laughed, because it's that inside joke, things kind of going awry, but the imperfections make for great comedy.
Totally.
It's true. It's true. What do you think is the biggest obstacle in getting people to adopt this?
I think just the fact that we're sort of pioneers in this. We don't have another model to look to. We're the only ones in Minneapolis who are doing this, so we're having to learn as we go along. So there are certain technical glitches, certain audio issues that we've come across. But on the whole, it's been really fun, and I think really successful.
Yep, and as most people through business and meetings, they figured out Zoom perfectly, but this is a whole new element and stuff. So when you do get the code and the link and you go on in, there's a big wall of instructions. And both of our moms didn't know that you had to move around the instruction wall. They just thought that they were stuck there.
It's all you need to see. Whole game.
Yeah, so there's just a little bit of a learning curve, but once you figure it out, and it's definitely a reward to our repeat audience members. They're like, "I got this." They move up right to the front. They're like, "We're ready for some comedy. What do you got this month?" And
I also remember one couple was at home and they had left their microphone on, and everybody in the club could hear them discussing what type of vegetable oil to saute the mushrooms for dinner and stuff like that. And we were like, "Guys, you want to mute your microphone while until you finish cooking?"
You can hear a lot of family drama over sometimes. But sometimes that's something to riff about. Like after that, I got on stage and I was like, "What do you think they're cooking, guys?" And it got everyone laughing because it's an inside joke. So, yeah.
I was attending a virtual work meeting recently, and I started scolding my cat, who was getting into mischief while I'm on the work meeting. And I keep forgetting that I'm not muted, and so everybody's listening to me scold my cat. What do you see in the future for virtual reality comedy?
I think it's going to become more popular. I think when people see what the advantages of it are with COVID and even beyond COVID, I think, we've been talking about offering this as a corporate product, in conjunction with other types of corporate services to add a comedic element to the program. So I think there's all kinds of possibilities, and I do think you'll start to see other people popping up and doing it, and hopefully we can just kind of keep being pioneers and leading the charge on that.
Absolutely, and people that are very big into VR headsets and stuff. I mean, I'm sure people can play games all day. That is not disputed. However, it's kind of fun. Like, oh yeah, I want to do something on a Wednesday night or something. That's when we have the show, and they just purchase, put in the code, and they are right there without having to leave their home.
Nice.
And also too, if they're watching from their laptop, a family can watch it for a price of a single ticket, so it's kind of like a family event.
Yeah, that is a nice aspect of the virtual sort of entertainment. Who's your favorite comedian?
Well, I would. It's hard to pick because there's so many great comics on, but Todd Glass has always been one of mine. I'm a big fan of his podcast, The Todd Glass Show. If you listen to his podcast, it's just completely absurd, off the wall, fun and whimsicality, childlike humor, and to see him perform live on stage, he brings that same sort of energy to his stand-up performance. And when he was in Minneapolis, was not last fall, but the fall before that, or something like that. I had the chance to be a part of his house band. I have some friends who are in a local band who are also comedians who got in touch with Todd and started performing with them. But this time, I don't have any musical abilities whatsoever, so I was put in charge of the duck whistle and the slide whistle. I was also the flashlight guy, so I shine the flashlight around the room with all the lights off for the intro to the show. And I went out to Los Angeles when he was doing a show with Sarah Silverman, and got to talk to him after the show and stuff like that. So it's really cool when you can actually have a relationship with somebody who responds to your emails, and you get to hang out with them when they come to town and stuff like that. So
That is very cool. Worst part about virtual reality comedy for you?
I think it's just, just the glitches that can happen. And again, we are missing being around real people. There's nothing like it. There's something about that intimacy, and even though you get to see our avatar face, there's something about stand-up that makes it unique, where of course you're making people laugh, but it's that vulnerability and getting to see what's in someone's eyes, So that's something that I kind of miss. And especially too, what's nice about a comedy show, if something's kind of going wrong, you can make a joke about it.
Yep.
Because what's nice is people really engage and laugh with things that they are a part of, and you can see happening. So if you're quick on your feet, and you can have the humility to admit that not everything is going to go perfectly, it's more fun, and they're going to be on your side and enjoy the show even more, I think.
I feel like that was a tough interview question, like a job interview. What is your greatest weakness? Sometimes I work too hard, I think. I give too much.
Yeah, I'm too dedicated. Does this technically make you all ventriloquists now?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Our avatars look a lot like us, just because we're the hosts. We want to make sure it's kind of consistent every time. But the comedians that we've had on, they have gone out of the box with it, which is fantastic. We've had people wear top hats. People have just creepy veins on their face. I'm just like, Joe, is this what you think you look like? But it is kind of assuming a different form, kind of maybe more of a puppeteer, a little more Avenue Q, maybe, than
I think the good thing about virtual reality is it makes magicians completely irrelevant.
If they can start manifesting burgers, then fine.
And how do people learn more about your show? Go ahead and plug away.
Well, you can follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook. My website's andrewwegleitner.com. So you can find information about the show. There's a Facebook event, REM5's Truly Virtual Comedy February for the next one. And then the ticket link is available there. The ticket link is also in my Instagram bio.
As well as mine, Rebecca Wilson. But also to follow REM5 on Facebook as well as on Instagram. So it's, let's see, REM5 VR on Instagram.
And the show is the second Wednesday of every month at 8 o'clock. So if you can't make it this month, we'll be doing it again next month. Yeah, it's really, really great comics on the show every month, so check it out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.